Regarding the main method,
I need everything, you know, from a starting.
regarding the all the methods like sub block and class block and what is main block
Mm,
and what is the how main means how main method works,
mm,
and suppose any execution, suppose our program is written in between the main block and in the main class block, then which will be execute this all scenarios
mm.
you taught.
What is system.out.println?
System is basically it's derived from java.lang package, and out is the variable, and println is the method which is used for print any text or any value.
Okay. And what is ln?
Ln for the new line it will print.
No, no. What is println?
Println means it will print, value will be print in the new line.
No. What is println?
Println is the it is the method
Hmm.
for
Okay.
printing all the values or text. It is the method name.
Hmm. Okay.
It
So,
exists under the print stream class.
okay. Why the
IO
println
dot
will,
stream,
yeah, why the println will print all the types of the value?
because it is the predefined method which is executed by the Java people.
But we are able to print integer or different type, float, double, why? Okay, guys. So, fine. Okay, so I have given you some assignment. Okay, so like something I did not teach you all the things, but I think you guys were confused a little bit regarding the assignment. So what I told you, you have to write a scenario. I'm not asking to write the code, just you have to write the scenario like valid, validate, which is, you
मैं
know
कह रहा
what?
हूँ मम्मी को कि मेरा बना हुआ है नए वाले वोटर नहीं तेरा वाइट कलर का
Can you
तेरा वाइट
mute?
कलर का
Who is this? Prince, can you mute, please? Some background noises. Okay, so understood, right? So guys, I just ask you. Last time I just have given overview of the method. So what I have asked to you, write a method block. I'm not asking to implement and all. Where you have a manual testing means scenario to repeat means those scenarios are repeating in your all the test cases like validate, login, app. Okay, validate. Sorry, validate. Uh, title of page. Okay, validate error message. Okay, okay, so validate. Okay, so I ask you this thing to write in method block and just print it. I did not write to anyone to implement it. Okay, because these are the scenario will come or many thing is there when you will go for framework level development. So many things will come where we can reuse our existing concept. That's why we use the method, but I did not teach you how to implement it. Okay, so that will teach you later. Okay, so don't worry. My agenda is to push to you guys to start to do the practice. If you will write your code wrong, that is also fine. But I need a effort if you are also beginner. Many of them are my older student in this batch. They already know the things. You should not get frustrated. They are able to do it. I am not able to do it. Not like this. But observe this and try to do it. Slowly you will have a more clarity. Okay, day by days. Because Java is the topic is interrelated. If you will not practice the previous session, it's a very difficult to understand um, coming session. So that's why I am pushing to everyone. Okay, please do hands-on. So whatever we have learned till now, okay, so theory part I will not go in much depth. You guys can read it, but important part I will highlight why Java, types of the application. So we have a stand-alone application and we have a internet application. Notepad is your stand-alone application. Web page is your internet application. That is what just I explain you high level. So definition of Java. So these are the just you guys can read one time. Nobody will ask you in the interview. Okay, understood, right? Nobody will ask you define the Java. Okay, but just for your knowledge purpose, sometime you will get a MCQ question. Okay, so might be these are the keyword will be there to select your multiple choice. Many companies are have some standard they are taking the MCQ. So that's why this theory at least one time you have to read it. Okay. Features of Java: so simple, object-oriented programming language, secure, robust, portable, high performance, and dynamic. So we have a different types of the language, right? Why Java is there? Still Java exists. Anyone having any idea?
Platform
Security
independent.
purpose. Security purpose.
Okay,
Think platform independent.
okay.
Um, on Friday you told no. I
Hmm,
mean, if we have developed our code in Windows and client is checking on Mac,
hmm, okay.
it will be no issue.
So
We can
others,
check it.
if you will go for the Python or if you will go for the JavaScript, other language, so they are also. Okay. Understood, right? Last, I think more than 20 years, still Java exists and they are keep adding the new features in the Java. Hmm. So guys, this answer might be, I'm not 100% correct, but I will just share my uh, project view, what I have worked earlier. Still in the many complex application now, Java been required Java. Okay, Java is more stable as compared to other language. Okay, I'm not saying like it's 100%. So complex scenario like you have to go for non-functional test, like you have to automate some task, quick task and all. Where Java don't have that much library, ki they will automate that thing. Where the Python is required to more backend part. Like if you will go for infra level of automation, I can say DevOps, no infra level, not only for DevOps, many work will come, while doing the one profile is there. Okay, these guys need this system I have to automate. Might be it is a web or window or mainframe or different types of the application. So what we do, right? We will do some POC. Okay, so some new project is there uh, in your bucket. Might be you are the lead or you are a manager, and you have to decide which tech we have to select. For automation perspective, guys, you are learning the Java. In future might be you have to learn JavaScript, Python also. But here we have a visibility what the compiler will do, what the JVM is doing. We are getting the compile time error. I am talking about of your basics concept. Okay, so many tools is there in the market. and coming, after 6 month, year, new things are coming. But the concept, right? So your fundamental is a strong. Suppose your grammar is a strong, then you are good in the English, right? Same thing, your fundamental is a strong, then you can have a knowledge of system, not for programming, not for tools. Understood, right? So that's why it's have a visibility, or if you will go for the Bev related backend development, the Java is the best choice. Bev related backend development. We have a front end and backend. But if you will go for complex infrastructure level automation, then Python. If you will go for the front end related application, then JavaScript. Understood, right? But all this language, right? So Python we do not compile. We have a predefined compiler. JavaScript also, I think everything is inbuilt. Just you have to execute. So every requirement is a different. So what you are learning, right? This will helpful to understand the system or process for the automation. Understood, right? Still, that's why still I have seen that all the legacy application still they are in my project. They have around 6 developer. All are the Java developer. Okay. Anyways, so that's why. Okay. So web backend.
Mohit,
Hmm?
yeah, actually, I mean, for complex, you told Python is perfect, and for UI, JavaScript. So,
Hmm.
I mean, Java um, will be used in, I mean,
No,
I
you can do the from the Python. You can also do for web development also. Okay, but uh, actually, even I am not a developer also, but I just told you as per my
no,
understanding.
in automation only. I'm asking. I mean,
In automation, right? You can. I told you, right? Java Selenium is your common. If you have a knowledge
okay,
of Java Selenium, most probably they will consider your profile. Might be their requirement is different.
uh,
My
okay,
That is the base to understand the automation. Understood, right? Because in the
okay,
future, when you will get selected in the company, you are not going to write all the code from the scratch. I think you guys are using the Gen
mm,
I. Many codeless automation tools are there. Okay. Uh, Even now we have a playwright also. You can convert in the all the language where it is required. We can use it. Understood, right? So this is the base. You cannot
uh,
understood, right? Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So guys, just these are the theory. You guys can understand. I already explained you everything. Okay, who develop, when it is developed. So it's a rare chance they will ask you as a experienced candidate. Terminology used in programming language. So this is the important thing. Just what is the source code? Developer written program. It is written according to the programming language syntax. Just they have developed. They did not compile. They did not execute. That is called your source code. You can say compiled code. I have already shown you what is compiler, and a compiler generated program that is converted from the source code. What is compiler? It is a translation program that convert source code into the machine code. That is what I have shown you. Dot class file interpreter. So this is the another software we have. It is also uh, as a translation program that convert code into the machine, but line by line. Compiler will execute in one shot, but this will execute line by line. I think Python we have interpreter in the backend. Okay. Exe file. So you guys already download and executed, right? All the software that is called exe file that uh, OS understandable readability executable program. Compilation. It is a process of translating a source code into the compiled code. Execution, it is a process of running copied code to get the output. That is called runtime. And again, Java technology. So this is what we have a platform independent and dependent. So you guys can just read. I'm not going to read this all the things. Okay, so that's is not just you have to read platform dependent and platform independent. What is the difference between platform independent and dependent? Hmm?
Uh, while we write any code
Hmm.
and the class file will generate it, correct? So class
Okay.
file can be run in different system or different machine.
Hmm.
So that's why it's called the platform independent, I think.
Different machine. What do you meaning of different machine?
I mean, different OS.
Difference OS flavor.
Yes,
Correct, right?
yes.
So guys, I have developed my application. Suppose we have Amazon application and Amazon will use on the worldwide and they are using the different platform, the same source code we will execute in the different platform that is called independent. Suppose we have a C, okay, C, some of the application or develop the C, so that exe file only execute for the specific OS that is called platform dependent. And what are the files extensions? So we already know .java file, .class file, but like a C and C++ in the Java, we don't have a executable file that is called exe. Okay. And moreover, Java and copy the code is not a machine language. Instead, it's a intermediate code name as a bytecode and a store in a new file that is called .class. And this code is generated by Java compiler and it's only understand by the JVM. Okay. Then Java program development, compilation, and execution process. So I have already shown you that diagram, right? In the Java programming language, all the source code is first written in the plain text file ending with .java extension, and those source files are compiled into the .class file. Then by the compiler, and .class file does not contain code that is a native to your processor. Instead of contain bytecode or you can say machine code, then JVM will understand those machine code or native code. You can what you can show even diagram I have shown you. Types of the Java software. So we have two types of the software. One is your JDK and one is your JRE. Developers doing the implementation, they are compiling the code, they are executing the code. Tester only executing the application. Tester is not going to compile the code and all, right? Users only they are executing the application, they are using the application. Developer is doing to code fix. If they will do the code fix, they have to do compilation, they have to do execution. So you guys can tell me in which environment we have to install JDK and JRE. Hmm?
Command prompt.
No, I'm talking about as a software test engineer. In which environment you have to set up JDK or JRE?
The question is like,
Question is like I am a software tester.
okay,
Is my job is to fix the code or execute the test cases?
Execute the test cases.
Execute the test cases,
Execute the
right? So that is
yeah,
what we have a JRE, Java Runtime Environment. Understood, right?
okay,
Developer will implement if error they must compile because without compile if you have a compile time error the code will not work. Okay. Users you are using the application means you are also executing the test cases, right? Understood, right? So in this level you can understand JDK and JRE. Okay. So what is the difference between JDK, JRE and JVM? So JVM is a subset of JRE, JRE is a subset of JDK. When install the JDK, JRE is also installed automatically, and JRE software is available as a separate package, so we can also install only JRE. JDK has a both compiler and JVM, so using JDK we can develop, compile and execute new Java application, and also we modify, compile and execute already developed application. JRE has only JVM, okay, so hence using the JRE we can only execute already developed application, okay, understood, right? So execution, compilation, execution, this is the important, the different environment in the real time project development, that is what I have shown, development environment, then we have a testing environment, and we have a production. So you can see they have clearly mentioned here JRE installation is required. Here also JRE is enough, but in the development JDK is required. This is the not a part of our thing, but I told you, right?
But Mohit, we will compile our code also, na? Uh,
Hmm.
so I mean for compilation, JDK is required. Or
Who asked you?
I am confused. Why only the JRE is enough? Because if we are writing any test
No,
case,
no, no, no. Are we doing any code change here?
no,
No.
no,
Understood, right? So we are executing,
yes.
right? We are only executing the application. So I'm
Okay.
just you can say I'm not doing any code change. I am a tester. I'm just finding the defect and all in this application. I'm not talking about of automation testing. I'm just asking about of as a tester. We are not
Mm,
going to touch the code base. I can
yeah.
I can use automation script to implementation. That is a different thing. I'm just talking about of environment level and testing in level. Okay, understood now.
Okay.
So some of the
But if we are,
some of
but
the
okay.
infrastructure,
Um,
some of the infrastructure they are only install JRE, and some of the infrastructure they are means using only JDK for all the environment. Okay, depend upon the infrastructure. Even we are the not a part of to set our infrastructure. Developer and SRE and DevOps people are doing. Okay, just for your knowledge purpose and use case, just I highlight this because interviewer is not like interviewer don't care कि you are a tester or what. They will solely ask you the concept of the Java if you will mention in your resume. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. If we are writing any test case and maybe any error can be found.
No,
So
no, no.
without any,
Wait. I am not. I'm not explaining you with respect to your automation. I will use only JDK. I
okay,
am talking about of
okay,
as a
okay,
infrastructure level. Understood, right? So
okay, 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 okay,
got
okay.
it now, right? So just
Hmm.
I am explaining you. If someone will ask why JRE, what is the use of JRE if JDK is already there? Understood, right? So just here I have given
Yes,
some use case because I told you, right? In the interview, they don't care means you are in which background. You are from Java background, they will ask you thoroughly all the question. Understood, right? So whatever the Java you are
yes.
learning in Selenium, you can use 20 or 30%. That's it. 70% will help you to boost up your confidence in your interview. Okay. Okay,
Okay,
guys. So we have already also discussed you to develop, compile, and execute print means output monitor the console, and every Java program has below three statement. One is your class block because only class allow to define the method with logic. Main block because it's initial point of class logic execution, and system.out.println because in Java all the kind of the data is printed by using the this system using this statement, and this is what we have. Okay, so that's why I am just going from very zero level, guys. So these are the basics 2 weeks, 2 weeks of the basics will develop your, basics are strong. Then you are able to understand the advanced concept of the Java. Okay. So I told you, right? If you are missing the session, don't worry. Find the time and practice 2 and 3 weeks without any failure. Then your life will become easy to understand the coming topics. Okay. Software required for development. So we already know JDK, compilation execution. So guys, editor, we have a different types of the editor, and this editor, edit plus, I am using for practice purpose, but in the real time you can't see this edit plus and notepad. You will see Eclipse IDE only, Eclipse or IntelliJ, or we have a VS Code also. You can write the code in the VS Code also. Okay, so but now we'll do the practice of, means in Selenium I will start, not for Java. Java will go for only edit plus, so you are able to understand what is the compile time error and runtime error. Is main method mandatory for compilation or execution? Hmm? Is main method is mandatory for compilation or execution?
It is for execution.
Without main method can be compiled the code?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes,
Yeah. You guys can
No.
try it, okay? Just remove the main method and try to execute. Means compile. Why are you confused? Is we can compile this without main method. You can see I delete this. I'm just writing test 1, 2, 3. I'll save this. If you have any doubt, guys, just compile the code, execute the code, and
We
find
can
your error.
compile it, but we can't run it.
Yeah, that is what I. That is what the
Mm-hmm.
question it is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we can compile it, but we cannot execute it. Okay. I will discuss you this use case. You have a all the utility. You have a n number of utility class, but execution will start from the one class that is called your test runner class. We'll discuss. Okay. If class does not have a main method, program compiled fine but cannot execute it, leads to be a compile time error. You must be define the main method. How to main method is executed by the JVM automatically. Some very many typo mistakes happen in my notes. We'll correct it before it was not there. But if how to main method is executed by JVM automatically? Is it not because of a static keyword? Yes, main method is executed not because of a static keyword, because it is called by JVM software. Okay, so at a runtime, not because of a static keyword, it is called by JVM. Okay, at a runtime. Why JVM software has only main method? Why it does not execute user defined method? That is what I have created one more method, but still we were getting the runtime error. JVM execute only main method because it has a main method calling a statement. It does not have a user defined calling a statement. It's in logic. It execute user defined method only. They are called from the main method. So guys, you don't know the methods concept, means uh, user defined method. So note down this point. When I will start the method, you have a clarity. But now you can understand without main method, we are not able to execute. But when you are defining the main methods in the, we have defined in the one block, right? That is called a static block in the last session, and we have mentioned over there system.out.println. That is what I have said. That is your sub block, but we have a different types of the sub block and different types of the method. You can understand like that. The method which is created by us, that is called user defined method, and method which is implemented by the Java people, that is called predefined method. Okay, and main method is predefined method. Okay, understood, right? So the logic will execute from the main method from the JVM. Why JVM software has only main method? Why not the user defined method? Or why main method is the initial point of the class logic execution? Or why JVM execute only main method? Why not the user main method? So answer is same, guys. Okay, so what I have explained you. Hence, it is a developer responsibility to inform about the method. Those must be executed by JVM. For this, the purpose should be a common method to call this method that should be known as both JVM and developer. That method prototype should be executed in which order. Okay, so now just answer you can understand. I'll read once, okay? Hence, it is a developer responsibility to inform that the method those must called by the JVM or this purpose should be a common method to call this method. That method should be known with both the JVM and developer. That method prototype should be given by the JVM and software engineer, software designer. It must be called. It's a very lengthy answer we have. So simply, guys, when you define the main method, when you will execute at a runtime in your class, JVM will search, did you define the main method or not? If you define the main method, then control will go inside this main method. You can see when you print system.out.println, then it will print. But if you will print or if you will have any other logic, other logic you can access through the main method. Suppose I have defined M1, M2, M3, M4 inside this main method, then control will go inside this main method and the method will execute from top to bottom. Okay, it will go for the top. What is your top statement you have written? It will execute again, control come back to the main method. I will explain you this flow in your method topic. Okay, so hope you understand. First thing, JVM will search main method, did you define or not? If you not, you will get runtime exception. Second thing, if you define, the control will go inside this main and whatever the logic you have written, it will execute from top to bottom. Might be you have called 100 method, it will go for M1, execute, again come back to the main method. It will go to the M2, again it will execute and come to the main method. Like that, the method execution will happen. That is what we have explained in the more technical way. But what I explain you, just you can focus on. Definition of main method. Main method is the mediator method between the developer and JVM to inform or the method should be execution when in which order it is. I will explain you, okay, when I will teach you the method topic, so you will get execution flow clearly. But now I cannot show you, okay, so because many of them not able to understand. So you can see what happened at a runtime, the control will go inside this, okay, and it will execute like this, okay. Suppose you have written one logic. Suppose you have written one logic M1, you are calling the M1 method, okay, and you are calling again M2 method, and again you are calling M3 method. Inside this, we are inside this JVM. Then control will go here, M1 will execute implementation, again come back to the main method. Then M2 will go execute, again control will come to the main method. In the last, if everything is executed, the finally control come back to the main method only. So this is what I have mentioned in the notes. I will just take the assignment, just read that note 1 and 2 times. What I explain you, try to understand. Tomorrow I will start Java fundamentals. That is, I told you right, 2 weeks classes are very important. Fundamental of the Java, then basics topic of the Java, like what is method, how to implement the method, variable, static block, non-static block. Then you will understand. Then we have a constructor, super, this keyword. These are the fundamental or basics of the concept you can say. Then you guys can understand object oriented programming language. Before object oriented programming language, you have a basics strong. Now you have a capability to understand the object oriented programming language. You can relate with a real time project. You can relate with your Selenium implementation. That thing will become easy for you. Okay. So we have a guys 1 minute. Do you have any question to anyone?
So share the document if
We'll share.
possible.
We'll share the document, but you guys cannot share to anyone. Okay. Got it right?
Sure, sure.
Okay. We'll share you. Don't worry.
What you said, actually, I missed it.
Sorry.
Actually, I missed it. What you said just, I mean, 1 minute
Don't
before.
share this document to anyone. Okay. You
Okay,
guys
okay,
can
okay.
keep yourself. You can take your advantage. Please do not share. Okay. Because this document will take more than a year to. Okay, guys. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.